Anyway, welcome. I'm our banner pilot, and tonight we're going to be doing kind of just a quickie. I know I said last time that we were going to be playing Metroid Zero Mission. Unfortunately, I have a bit of an early morning. I've got to wake up at like 5:30, so I'm just going to do a little bit of gameplay, show up something that my aunt got me for Christmas. Uh, Thank you very much, Rhonda, by the way, if you're watching. Um, it's a little compilation cartridge called a triple score. It's a 3-in-1, which means I've got 3 games to play with on just one cartridge. Very handy. There's quite a few on Genesis. There's this one, and then there's the awesome 6-pack one, which has Super Hang On and columns as well. It doesn't have World Cup Italia 90, but it's got a couple goodies on there too. But this is exactly what I was hoping for, and more. Originally, I just wanted the Super Hang On game, and ended up getting more than I asked for. So, thanks again. Anyway, not gonna be showing off World Cup. I'm not a big sports game kind of guy, and also I've tried a little bit of it. It's not a very fun game. Um, but Super Hang On and Columns, I am definitely down with. Uh, Columns, I'm not too familiar with. I've played a lot of Columns 3. Um, and then as for Super Hang On, I've played a little bit of that one. I'm mostly familiar with the original thanks to Shenmue. But I'll go ahead and start off with that one. So all these games are pretty much just arcade-styled games, so they're not. I don't plan on beating any of them. If there is a way to beat them, don't expect to see that tonight. This is mostly just for fun. And in case you're noticing on your screen that the video quality is kind of wavy and stuff, that's just the way my video dongle works. It's not the best quality, so. But anyway, let's go ahead and start up Super Hang On. Oh, and I will have to turn off my Sega to switch games. My reset button's not working, and I haven't found a way to fix it yet. It's a pretty simple fix, but I am just not that tech savvy. So, anyway, there's a little demo of that, but we're not going to see that. We're going to go straight into the game. Made by Sega. This was originally an arcade cabinet styled game. I don't know how Super Hang On handled it. I know the original Hang On game had a motorcycle that you would lean back and forth on. Goodness, that title screen's really short. But that's how you'd move back and forth, thus giving it its name, Hang On. Super Hang On kind of enhances on the formula. I just love it more because of the music, and you may or may not be able to hear Outright a Crisis. That is the only song I drive by on this game. So, anyway. And for a Genesis port, this is actually a pretty decent port. I think it could have been a little bit better, but it gets the job done. Huh, didn't even hit the pause button, but whatever. Scared me. Supposedly there's a way to... Huh, that is so bizarre. I'm not hitting the pause button or anything, but it keeps pausing. Oh, okay, so there's the boost button. Ah, it keeps pausing. I might have to unplug the controller for a minute. But anyway, like I said, this is kind of going to be just a... Ooh. This is kind of just going to be a quick night. Nothing too serious. Like I said, I'm not going to try and beat any of these games. I am specifically here just having some fun. I'm gonna try and unplug the controller real quick. I might encounter an issue where the screen gets a little fuzzy, but bear with me. It's an old console, not the best, not the best of its time either. Okay, let's see if that fixes anything. If not, I might just switch to my original controller. I've never had that issue before though. Huh, okay. Well, we'll swap to an original. Sorry about that. Won't take me too long, just gotta fish it out real quick. There it is. The old 3-button activator. That's so bizarre. I've never seen that happen with a game before. Is this the right one? No, that's not. At least I don't think so, anyway. There it is. I have two original controllers. One I picked up from a game shop a while back that unfortunately was not in working order. It just needed to be cleaned ultimately, but there's two problems wrong with that. First of all, it's still not in very good condition, so it does have its issues button-wise. And of course, it's a much smaller cable than the one that I have right here. But anyway, let's see if this one works. Hopefully it does. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, just goes to show you can't go wrong with first-party equipment. So, I wholeheartedly recommend sticking to the originals. So the goal of this game is pretty much like any other racing game. You know, you race to the next checkpoint, get more time, and you just keep going until you beat the game. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at these kinds of racing games, especially this one, which you'll see right there. I didn't even get to the second checkpoint. But that's okay. We'll do better next time. I hope. Alright, let's see here. Of course, this being an arcade port, it's going to have arcade functions, so, you know, enter in your high score if you manage to get a high score. If not, oh, that stinks. But, if you haven't noticed, there's an arcade mode and then there's an original mode. I just stick to the arcade mode. I think it's a little more fun. Original mode, I think, has just the whole circuit thing. I think this just only does one stage per round. I don't really care too much about it, though. We'll try some different music this time. I doubt you guys can even hear it anyway, so... Because every time I do Twitch, my voice gets quieter and quieter on these, the post-stream. And I can't figure out if it's just my headset, or how I've got it positioned on me, or whatever. But every time I always lose, like, all the commentary that I've done. I need to go out and just get me a professional mic. But anyway. So yeah. I know this is kind of a cop-out tonight, considering, you know, I should be playing the Metroid games, like I said I was going to. But again, I've got like a really early morning at work, so I unfortunately have to get to bed at... Surprised I didn't crash there. At a very early point in the morning. So... But hopefully I'll have more time to play around tomorrow. That's the beauty of early morning shifts. You have like a whole day ahead of you afterwards. Whereas with, night shifts and stuff like that, you have to wait till the next day to do anything. And of course, I could wake up a little bit earlier those days, but then I have to worry about, getting tired toward the end of work, and that's no good driving home. Never drive home tired. You will regret it. Bingo! But with Metroid, I know that the game is going to be rather long. It's not going to be nearly as long as some of the games I do on this channel. In fact, you guys probably haven't even seen Metroid Prime yet, so, talk about long games, that one's going to take me probably 2 streams to get through. With those games, I'm probably going to split up the streams into parts. So you might get a couple videos on YouTube that are just 20-minute long videos. I want to see if that, helps with views and stuff. Dang it, I hit a sign. At least I don't explode like I do in some of the other versions of the game. I'm not gonna make it this time either. Had I not crashed, I would have made it. Oh wow, I made it. The thing with this game is you have to make almost near perfect runs for each for each race. And unfortunately, with this control scheme, it's not very easy to make turns. Maybe it's just me. I can do it a lot better in games like Rad Racer and other games. But for this, I feel it's easier to do it with like a joystick or whatever. If I ever get a copy of Hang On GP or Hang On GP 95 for the Sega Saturn, I'll show you guys how or what I mean, because that game, all the Hang On games in general play exactly like this. There's no special gimmicks or anything that they add. They just make the tracks a little bit different and stuff. But doesn't excuse how hard it is to play with just the D-pad. So there we go. We'll try that one more time. I think we can do it. We'll do Hard Road. It's a good track. It's one thing I do love about Sega games. All the music in these games is just superb. It's probably why Sega is my favorite of the old school consoles to get. Also, the games are just a little more fun to play around with. Like most of them, I'll say this, if you're into games with story and games that are just a little more simple, or not simple, more complex and such, go with Nintendo. I can guarantee you will find all the RPGs and more advanced games on those consoles. Far longer games on there too. With Sega, it's all about arcade style gameplay and such. So ooh, that was a really good lap. You'll have games like this on there. You've got the Columns, which is basically just your puzzle type game, and not even just stopping there. You also have games like Puyo Puyo, which is another puzzle game. Very fun and very addictive too. A little more addictive than Tetris, if you ask me. But apart from that, You've also got games like what's some other ones? I'm drawing blanks. uh, wow, I really can't think of any other arcade games. Oh, games like Space Harrier, and I know there's a good version of Q*bert on here. Overall, if you just like a short game to play around with, and you're just looking for a casual time without having to go to an arcade or whatever, I recommend the Sega Genesis all the way. Man, I'm not gonna win this one either. Um, I, for one, cannot get enough of the Genesis, or just Sega's consoles in general. They do such a good job with some of their systems, or at least they did. Nowadays, they're just a third-party developer, but eh. Anyway, now that I've revealed to you all that I'm a huge Sega fanboy, uh, back to the game. So yeah, like I said, I'm not the best at this game, and I'm also not planning on beating any of these games either. But thought I'd show it off. I might show off a couple more, because I've got a couple games to play around with. And they're all relatively short too. I don't even know why I'm entering my name in this. Unfortunately, unlike the arcade, this will not save my score. So, ultimately, if you kept the thing on forever, then yeah, it would. But, not in this case. But anywho, let's switch games. Gotta turn it off and then turn it back on. And let's do some columns. I am not doing any of the harder difficulties or whatever. So, this game's pretty simple. Just move left and right. Make sure you line up 3 of them in a row, whether they're side by side, up or down, or diagonally. They have to be the same color. I guess you could say it's kind of like an old school version of Bejeweled. Though, in my opinion, it's a little more fun than that. And if you can, try and rack up combos and stuff. We'll just put that there. And if you push C, B, or A, changes the orientation of the gems that you have. So. If you've played Tetris, this is a relatively easy one to pick up. As far as which puzzle game in the series I prefer, I think I still prefer Columns 3 over this one. Dang it, I didn't get anything with that. Whoops. Oh well. Wow, I am just not paying attention this time. There we go. Your goal is to get rid of, or is to, get as many points as you can in the time that they give you. without, and the game ends once you get to the top of the screen. So pretty much how Tetris works, and every other puzzle game like this works too. Let's go there. Oh, wow. That was not very good. So, I don't know exactly how that works. The manual would probably describe it a little better. But I do know that when it's like that, it gets rid of all of that specific gem that you touch with it. Pretty handy for clearing up some space on the screen. If you use it correctly, you can get some massive combos with it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. What I like about this game is that they give you just a little bit of time after you plant something to kind of correct it before it finalizes the input. Like that. Doesn't give you much time, but, you know, it's just enough. Ah, went the wrong way. And if you haven't noticed, the music picks up when you get too close to the top of the screen, which is probably a good sign that I'm going to lose here, so. Oh, just like that. But anyway, like Super Hang-On, you know, you put in your name afterward for high scores, although for this it doesn't matter since it's not going to save them after you turn off the game. So I can put in whatever name or whatever initials that I want. And we'll give that one more try. Man, that really bums me out that it's not output in stereo. For those of you who know a little more about the Sega Genesis, you'll know that the Model 2 is the one model of it that does output stereo audio. Which kind of bums me out here because I do have the Model 2. At first I thought it was the 32X on it. I thought, oh, maybe that's just having some issues or whatever. Oh, and for any of you guys on YouTube or just in the comments, if there is anyone in the comments, if any of you have 32X systems, do you guys have well, let me go ahead and explain my situation. I have a 32X that, well, you know, you have to put in the 2 adapters for power and stuff. But for mine, it doesn't need it. And I've asked on like Yahoo Answers and stuff if there's something wrong with it or whatever, or if it'll hurt it. I'm sure it will hurt it at some point, but for now it works perfectly fine. I haven't come across any issues. I just want to know if it's gonna hurt my system or not. So if any of you out there on YouTube or Twitch knows anything about that, please let me know. Very nice combo. Oh, did that wrong. Hey, I meant to do that. Oh no. Oh. As the levels go by, you'll notice that it gets a little bit faster every time. As long as you keep on it and stuff, you know, you should be okay. Just definitely pay attention to what's coming down. I usually end up, you know, missing on that, or missing out on what I've been putting down anyway, so. Believe me, if you think you're bad at this game, you are not alone. I know for a fact that I'm really bad at this game. I'm starting to lose right now. Oh no. Oh, it slowed down there. That was weird. Maybe they're like, oh, you're getting close, so. I should do Tetris for a stream at some point. Maybe I'll do that before the end of the stream tonight. I enjoy me some Tetris. Oh. Well. Let's input that high score so we can get our name above the boys' bathroom. And let's see where we place. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. Well, I'd say that's about as much as we can get out of this. Let's take a look and see what other games I got real quick. Maybe we'll play something else. I can pop in some Columns 3 just to show that off real quick. Oh, so yeah, the demo for this is kind of interesting. It's how you would see it, and if you actually went to play this game in the arcade, obviously with the joystick and whatnot. I should have played this with my joystick. That would have been a little more entertaining, if you ask me. I'd love to get one of the 6-button joysticks. Those are really cool. Anyway, Columns 3 kind of updates it a little bit. It's essentially the same gameplay, but the single player is a little more involved. So instead of just being like an arcade style, where you enter in your initials afterwards, it's pretty much an actual, or like a sort of type story. It's pretty cool. I like the music in this version a lot more. We'll do a little bit of the first player one. They say a secret treasure is kept deep up. Never mind. Many brave people have gone in, but none have returned. And now you will enter the pyramid. By you, I mean me. Who knows if you, being me, can survive and return with the treasures. Pyramid columns. We'll just go to practice mode since it'll be shorter. I'm the guy who's gonna kick your butt. So unlike the first one, you actually go against a computer. So, you know, you're constantly having to make sure that you keep your combos up and stuff. And it kind of ends up being more like a battle type game. So, you know, kinda how what's it called? Puyo plays in a way. But I think Puyo does it a little bit better. So what I did there was I hit the C button and I raised his side of the game floor a little bit. You can push your opponent's blocks up into the ceiling. There lies the battle-centric stuff. Whatever. What you saw there was him doing that while I had a piece coming down. That'll shatter any pieces that you have coming down and completely get rid of them. So be sure to time it when you get to some of the later stages, so you can really mess them up if you do it right. Now, this being practice is obviously going to be a little bit easier, so I don't have to worry too much about things coming. Unlike the last game, that thing that just came down for me, you can actually change it so it'll do certain things. So if it's got an arrow pointing down, it'll push all of the all the ground that comes up on your side to the ground. If you do it with the arrow pointing up, it'll push it down, but then it'll push it onto his side. Oh. No, you don't. And if it's just flat, like it was in the original game, it'll get rid of the specific gem that you touch with it. And as you can see, we just won. So, pretty self-explanatory. Game does have a couple extra things, like if you push the pause button, you actually have an item list that comes up. I'm not entirely sure what all these do. I don't typically use them all that much, but you do get more and more as you progress through the game. After beating bosses, they'll usually give you an hourglass, which I guess... I don't really know what the hourglass does, actually. But Magic Bell, I think, inverts the side, or the enemy side's pieces, so it turns it all upside down, and he has to maneuver that way. Heavyweight, I think, makes it so that they fall fall at a super fast speed without the ability to slow it down. And then Magic Gem, I think, is specifically for your side. It'll give you a gem that if you do use it, it'll get rid of all that color gem once you match it up with a combo. Actually, we'll try that now. If we can activate it. There we go. So yeah, if it's like this, use it on those gems, gets rid of the same color gem. So I guess that's what the magic gem was. I thought it was something else, but whatever. Sorry if I'm yawning too much. I'm a little tired. As always. Put that there. Speeding up the music for me for some reason. Oh, what? I had the better combo there. But I haven't mentioned it already. I really love the music in this game. And pretty much any Sega game. I don't know how they do it, but that sound card that they put in the Sega Genesis, beautiful sound. He is like really, oh. He is really close to losing right now. Uh-oh. Oh, see, that's good timing right there. There we go. Now he's met his doom. Yes, I did. So, we got ourselves an hourglass. And with this being practice mode, there should only be like 2 different, or 4 different bosses that you have to go through. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've played this one. Anyway, if you'll look on the right side of the screen, you'll notice that he's got a different behavioral pattern than the one guy that we went against before. He'll swipe from left and right, you know. I guess it's the AI's way of thinking. I'm not entirely sure though. But I do know that sometimes it can come in handy. And it can also tell you if you're going against just a newbie type computer, or if it's going to be like a really pain in the butt type computer. Tried pushing back. I pushed right back at him too. We'll do this. I'm very glad he waited to do that till we were or before that, one thing came down. Magic gem, I guess? We'll do it like that. Oh no, he's got a combo. Ah! He's getting the upper hand. There, have some back. Oh, no! There. Hurts, doesn't it? I know. Not so fast. You should be just about done. There we go. We pushed him to his doom. If I had a second player with me, I could show off the multiplayer in this one. It's not like the original columns where, you know, you just push start like you would in that arcade, and then just join in on the single player mode. In this one, it's more like a battle type system, pretty much like how we're doing it right now. But, you know, going against a human player is a lot different compared to playing against a computer player. Especially on higher difficulty. Oh. Not cool, man. Ooh. Combo. Nope. Oh. Every time I hear him get a link, it always sends a little chill down my spine, because it's like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna ruin my my little gem? Oh, he blocked it. Yep. Oh. Uh-oh. At the end of the day, it just becomes a matter of who can mash their C button first. Well, I don't even know if he has a C button. better get that down. Not the best, but that'll work. There we go. We were so good, we put him to sleep. Oh, we got a magic gem this time. I always thought it was just another hourglass. So as you can see by his pattern, he loves to bring it down, but as he brings it down, he shifts it all randomly and stuff. Which surprisingly works. We'll do that. Whew, save that one. Remember being a little kid and hating these kinds of games, but as I've gotten older, they've started to grow on me. I was more for action-y type games, or games where you blew stuff up, like in Biohazard Battles or Desert Strike. Desert Strike in particular, that one was fun. Oh no. He's getting the upper hand. Oh, goodness. He is giving me a run for my money this time. No! Ah, that stinks. Technically, I should be using my items here, but there. Starting to level it out a little bit. Whew, there we go. Back on track, baby. Oh, if I could just get an orange one. Oh, no! Oh, combo! Combo! Woo! Oh, I missed the one that I wanted to do. Oh, well. No! That was a good gem, too. Those blinking ones, they have certain effects. Could have changed the tide of this fight here. Ah, I didn't do it in time. Hey, there we go. Love their little animations too. Oh no, he's gonna get me. Jinkies. Ugh. Let's get rid of the red ones. Like I said, every time I hear him get a combo or just a match, whatever, you know, instinctively I mash that C button like crazy, hoping that I can retaliate. Woo! Now there's a counterattack. Oh, can we use that? No. Come on, I need another green one. Yes! Whew! Yeah! Now he can't take care of any of his pieces. Or he can't tell which one's which I guess doesn't really matter at that point. Wow, that was lame. Of course, now it's worn off. In the end, it didn't really matter. Oh, I might lose. It's gonna be really, really sad if I lose to a practice computer. I have beaten the practice mode on here before. I just don't play this game very often. Again, I'm not a very puzzle type guy. Oh, there's a good combo. Oh man. Hold up. Oh, did he give the magic gem to him? No! Oh, that's right. Okay. Let's clear that up just a little bit. Oh well, I'd say I've done all that I can against this guy. Some days you just can't win them all. Oh yeah. Oh well. Let's go ahead and stop there. Well, maybe I'll show off one more game. What all do we have? Well. Next time we'll get back to it and we'll play something longer. But for now, I think that'll be enough for tonight. Again, sorry I didn't get to do anything a bit longer, but, you know, that'll be for either tomorrow or maybe Monday night? I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated, though. I need to get back to, writing the reviews on my blog, so, I'll have a link for that in, the YouTube feed. By the way, for those of you who don't know, if there's anyone watching this right now, I do have a YouTube channel called Urbaner Pilot. Spelled the same way as on my Twitch. You guys can go on there, check out the post footage stream of all my streams, and so on and so forth. But I'll try and link the the blog spot on there, and then I'll start getting back to my blog reviews for all the games that I play. But I think I'll wait till the next stream to go ahead and post that on there. Till then, I've kept you guys long enough. That was the triple score, columns 3 at the end there. Yeah, very fun. You guys have a wonderful night. Hopefully, either tomorrow after work or, on Monday night, I'll be able to play more games for you. But till then, you guys have a good night. Take it easy. See you next time.